Grand Canyon National Park was a fantastic bird watching trip. I think you're going to enjoy this video. If you're thinking of going to the Grand Canyon, this is a video for you. If you like this kind of video, why don't you go ahead and hit the like button? And if you enjoy bird watching and bird feeding content, why don't you go ahead and hit the subscribe button? We're going to keep doing content like this, and it lets me know that we're headed in the right direction. It lets me know that we have your support, and I appreciate that. We had a fantastic bird watching trip at the Grand Canyon National Park. Actually, I got to make 2 trips kind of close together. And man, that park is amazing. Words, I can't describe it. I saw thousands of pictures. The pictures didn't do a good job of describing how beautiful that place is. It's the depth that brings the awe. Wow. Overwhelming. That's what it is. And the birds aren't bad either. It's a well-appointed, well-amenitized park. There's camping and stores and specialty transportation. They've got a public transit system inside the park. It's a very sustainable operation. The train still runs from farther south in Arizona up into the park. At least one hotel, some lodging choices. Very nice. So if you've not had the opportunity to go to the Grand Canyon, maybe you're considering it. I think you're going to enjoy this video, and I certainly recommend that you go if you're a bird watcher. We were able to identify 40 species of birds. The list is in the video. If you're interested in the details of exactly where we were, when we saw the birds, watch the video, go back, find the list, pause. All the information is there. Compliments of eBird, the Cornell University database that all the bird watchers are submitting their records on, that makes it easy for us to do a little bit of citizen science research to find that elusive nemesis, that bird that's not on our life list that we'd like to have on our life list. By the way, I released a video about my 20-year nemesis. I'll put a link up here if you want to check out that video of my 20-year nemesis. Now, a couple of life birds that I got right away while at the Grand Canyon was first the spotted towhee, the star of the thumbnail for this video. We have the eastern towhee here. The male is really ornate. He's been in our feeder a couple of times, and he's featured in a couple of videos from the Bird Garden YouTube channel. Next was the Woodhouse's scrub jay. Now, this guy got a new fancy name. Woodhouse's scrub jay was until recently considered the same species as the California scrub jay and collectively called the western scrub jay. Prior to that, both of them were also considered the same species as the island scrub jay and the Florida scrub jay. The taxon was then called simply the scrub jay. Now, that's a little bit confusing, but if you'll rewind and listen to it, you can tease it all out. Basically, what happened, they were clumped together as a scrub jay, and then they split and they resplit. And now the bird that I found at the Grand Canyon was the Woodhouse's scrub jay. And they all look a lot alike, but there have been some differences probably in their habitat, their range, their call, who knows. But anyway, we're sure this is a Woodhouse's scrub jay. Samuel Washington Woodhouse is the naturalist that's honored with this renaming. Grand Canyon is a world-class park. You're going to hear lots of different languages being spoken at the Grand Canyon. People from all over the world literally want to see this natural spectacle. It's amazing. We did some touristy things while we were there. We definitely bought some souvenirs at the visitor center. And while we were there, we saw some birds. So we submitted an eBird list from even the visitor center. Bird watching everywhere. We bird watched all over the Grand Canyon. There was good bird watching everywhere. We stumbled into the Grand Canyon Migratory Raptor Count conducted by the International Hawk Migration Organization, and we participated as data collectors. We were watching the birds, and it required a little bit of retraining. I mean, this is the coolest thing. So I've been to a number of hawk counts over the years. Love them. They're a lot of fun. If you get a chance, make it to one. Most are very receptive to visitors. This one was. You look up in the sky and you see hawks migrating southward down a ridge where the updrafts keep them with the least amount of effort moving the greatest distance. Well, at the Grand Canyon, the physics change. There's no ridge. It's a ditch. It's a canyon. So what happens is the birds go to the depth of the canyon, and then they ride the thermal drafts up. You're already up. So you're looking down in the canyon to identify the birds from their dorsal view. Totally unique. So much fun to learn. And we picked up on it right away. I mean, the silhouette is basically the same from the top versus the bottom. The coloration is radically different. And just the orientation, looking down instead of looking up. Hawk migration, up there, right? Down there. It's like the hawks are riding an elevator. It was a terrific experience. We had a blast being there with like-minded folk. We're just bird watching and talking about the Western birds. None of the bird watchers at the hawk count were natives. They were really excited along with us to learn this new technique of watching the birds come up instead of flying over. We did not see the California condor. That was a big miss. Now a nemesis on our Grand Canyon list. We have got to go back to the Grand Canyon so we can see the California condor. Drop dead beautiful vistas everywhere you look. I was easily distracted, so I've put together a musical montage. This was not a photography trip. This was a bird watching trip, so there's not a lot of fantastic photographs of birds. We took a point and shoot camera and we shot many things of interest. I've put them together here in a musical montage. I hope you enjoy it. If you do, leave me a comment. Tell me what was your favorite part. If you've been to the Grand Canyon on a birding trip, tell me about your most interesting bird. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you know someone else who might, why don't you share it across your social media? I'll see you on the next one.